Then we'll bring this fool in. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
I'm Congressman Matt Gaetz. I'm built for the battle, and I'm not going anywhere.
Your name's not Buttfucker 3000, you yo-ho.
But he didn't get the memo. Welcome back to Nothing Yet Live. So we found a dude, Christo Avialis.
Avalis. He's a Canadian YouTuber who
brought this deliciousness
to our attention.
Because I mean, I don't know how we found that or whatever, but maybe it was just.
I think it showed up in your feed, and it said Lauren Boebert has violent outburst at her bar, and we're gonna get to that part later, but. Now,
that's a testimonial.
Yeah, and this one isn't. This one is actual footage of her.
This is just one of those things that
Gaetz.
we like to do, which is play people doing stuff and then shred them.
Yeah, as we go along.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
I'm ready. You go.
Nobody in Washington wants to talk about the root cause of this stuff. Nobody wants to talk about.
No, they're still trying to figure out the root cause of the border.
Right.
They can't figure that out.
Okay,
right.
wait a
and
minute.
Now they're saying
the root cause
that was
the root cause
less than I'm going to say 8 seconds.
The root cause of the border. Let's see.
The root cause of the
when
border.
Did we set up the border?
What's the square root of Mexicans you need to exploit before you have a profitable dynamic?
Well, you're the history. You're the knowledgeable one about history. When was the border between the U.S. and Mexico established?
I don't know. I mean, really, the border is subjective to.
And what caused it?
I don't know. A war? No, just land. By the way, nobody wants Texas. You guys can, hey, Mexico, come get it, man, please.
Yeah, then you'll have a news story about the border, Lauren Boebert, because clearly you're concerned about the wrong thing. You're concerned about what caused the border.
I'm not concerned about Texas at all.
I'm not either. Well, I'm concerned about my friends in Texas.
They have a terrible governor.
They have a terrible governor. They have a terrible legislature. Right. They have a terrible attorney general. And
then you have these two clowns.
Lieutenant governor. Can I go on? No, never mind. Yes. Then you have, they have a terrible senator. Anyway, sorry, Texas, from a Canadian, Mr. Christo Avialis. Sorry, Texas. Sorry.
Well,
and Colorado. Sorry.
Was I supposed to say this?
Canadians say sorry a lot.
Was I supposed to?
I don't know. Maybe because this one's in the U.S. and feels really bad.
That was 8 seconds.
I know. 8 seconds into these fools.
That, and I mean, to me, these lockdowns really impacted people's mental health,
Absolutely.
Especially adolescents. I mean,
okay,
I see
stop
so
it again.
So many folks who
stop it.
You almost want to wake them up out of the lockdown mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are we going to look back 10 years from now and say,
teenagers?
Are we going to look back 10 years from now
and say how many people would have died if we hadn't had the lockdowns? I mean,
no.
We're up to what?
Are we going to look back 10 years from now and go, Matt Gaetz, who? That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh yeah, that's that guy that's a registered sex offender now. In Florida.
Yeah, I think I remember something about
he has to let people know when he moves into their neighborhood.
Look back on what you were saying. Sorry.
What was I saying?
I don't know.
No, I got it. I got it.
All
right. For years, we've been concerned about the mental health of just about everybody, especially
the last 2 years.
Well, not just the last 2 years.
Well,
I mean, mental health has always been an issue, and there's been a lot of hand-wringing around it when it comes to mass shootings. And it's been, on the Republicans, it's like they're not interested in helping people with mental health issues. They don't even want to help people with medical issues. They would prefer that everybody just fend for themselves and go to the ER when they have a sniffle. All of a sudden, when there's something that they don't like happening, or I don't know if they like it, they know that their constituents don't like it, the idiots, and they're appealing to those idiots, all of a sudden mental health is
everything.
It's front and center. And they're talking about children having mental health issues over the lockdowns. Now, Having a teenager during the lockdowns, I can tell you, yes, there were issues. But I think it would have been a bigger issue
Well,
if we had all gotten
look,
COVID.
Miss Parker is what she's trying to say is that she opted for parenting.
Right. My teenager was pretty damned upset when we wouldn't let them attend their best friend's 18th birthday party.
And a lot of people went through that.
Yeah.
Awesome Julia of the Valley, #1 on
Her
my
kids,
list.
yeah,
They suffered pretty hard.
She said that one of her kids had PTSD because of it.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like that, like it hit them hard. So yeah.
But that's where, like you said, you have to choose parent.
Well, the person like they're repurposing the argument.
Essence. I mean, I see so many folks who you almost want to wake them up out of the lockdown mentality. I
Mhm.
mean, are we going to look back 10 years from now and say, gosh, these lockdowns actually increased violence among young people?
Motherfucker, we ain't wearing masks here anymore. I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
I think he's trying to make the
Shit
point.
has gone back to normal.
He's trying to make the point that
Or-
teenagers are not normal anymore because of the lockdowns. That
Yeah, of course not.
They're permanently scarred and
Look,
prone to shoot people.
If we could talk to people that were teenagers during the fucking Spanish flu, then you might be able to put some of this shit in perspective. But these two rockin' idiots, right? I mean, look, you're talking about a stripper and a guy who likes to hire strippers.
The guy who likes
I mean,
to
allegedly.
hire
Allegedly.
underage prostitutes.
Yeah.
Potentially even school shootings.
Well, I think you and I are saying that now.
Yeah.
We don't have to wait 10 years to say, look at the impact that these lockdowns have. We said them
Okay, stop it for a
3
second.
weeks into this. We said,
What
okay,
Matt Gates
Are they
is-
serious?
What Matt Gates is doing
Can they-
right now is he's planting a seed. He's planting a seed for a talking point so that the next mass shooting that happens, the conversation is going to be about mental health
See,
from
we
lockdowns.
told you.
It's not going to be about AR-15.
No, it's going to be, look, we told you that mental
told you.
health, we told you mental illness was the thing. And we're just like, dude, it's assault weapons in the hands of just,
of mentally ill people.
of anybody really that doesn't have a use for it.
Well, let's just okay.
I mean, what if you just said, like, look, check us out, y'all. Look, y'all. Hey, I'm going to talk to you in your own language. Look, what if there was something that happened? Everybody needed guns, right? And there was a place you could go because everything happened. And you could get all the guns you needed, defend yourself, right? Now, in that case, that everybody needs to have these guns, right? Now, if you need all these guns, well, I mean, nobody's gonna keep you from getting guns. You just gonna be like, here, you need a gun. Everybody needs a gun. But that shit ain't real, son. That shit's never gonna happen. You fucks. It's like, we don't all need assault rifles.
That's the point. We don't all need assault rifles.
But what if we just said, look, I'll compromise. Look, boy, we're gonna have a big box over there. There's a big box. It's called the gun box, right? And you end of the world, you go to the gun box, you have all the guns. End of the world.
Or the government turns into cunts, as Jim Jeffries
Big
so
gun box.
eloquently put. The government becomes a whole bunch of cunts, and they try to take away all your rights. Then you go to the box of guns, right?
Yeah.
Never mind, they have tanks and drones and
Oh, that's right.
rockets and all kinds
Drones.
of shit. But hey, you can have your guns. In fact, here's an AR-15. See how that works against a tank? Go ahead.
Whatever.
But-
Good luck.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, if the United States was invaded, they'd be like, let's just hand out all the guns now. I mean, but we've already handed out all the guns, which is probably why the United States will never be invaded. See what's going on in Ukraine, right?
No, but I mean, if the United States,
The only way to kill the North American continent is with nuclear weapons.
the purpose of the Second Amendment was to protect against a tyrannical government. And if
Yeah.
our government suddenly became tyrannical, you can have your guns.
Well, the shit says everything. Like, they actually tried to, I don't know, do some shit in January 6th. and it didn't require tanks or anything. And in fact,
But that wasn't the
didn't really even
government. That
have-
was just a bunch of
I
yo-hos.
know. See where we're at. Look,
But if the Obama administration had decided that Obama was going to be the king, and
oh,
the
that was the
people
other,
and
yeah.
the people needed to pull out their guns, well,
Yeah.
hey, pull out your guns. Obama's going to dispatch tanks and be flying over your house
None of
with
that shit.
drones.
None of this shit will ever happen. That's just all hyperbole.
It's hyperbole, but it's the truth. If that were to happen,
It never happened.
if that were to, well, these people think it will.
Well,
But
they're
if it
stupid
did,
and they're wasting their
they're
fucking
stupid,
time
but if you think beyond
being
the
stupid. I
scenario-
can't go beyond stupidity. I halt my thought process when I achieve stupidity.
well, what these people are thinking is tyrannical government. I will win if I have my guns, as long as I have my guns. But in reality, if the government wanted to take away all your guns and make you slaves, they could do it. They've got all the weapons. Your
No.
guns don't mean shit.
No, again, this is chess, not checkers. So they turn it over to these people. They're just like, all these guns, these people that are fervent about their guns are willing to be like, I mean, if they took up arms against the United States, like it would be it's a thing. Look, I'm Robert Evans. He said it could happen here, and it's kind of happening. He said that like 2 fucking years ago. So, and I like to listen to my war correspondents who I trust.
But if the citizens took up arms against the government, it would never work. I mean, okay, they might have gone into the Capitol.
Unless, I mean, the government, what are you talking about? The military? That's made up people.
Right? But I mean, you'd have to assume that
You'd have to assume a lot.
you'd have to assume that there were people.
You'd have to
enough people
assume that
inside
people wouldn't
the-
charge the motherfucking Capitol too, which they did. It was, I mean, I admired it. It was damn near a bloodless coup attempt.
No, I mean, it was a damn near bloodless coup because they were stopped.
Right. No, but it wasn't bloodless. But
No, it wasn't bloodless, but
it was like,
they didn't get to the people they wanted to get to.
hey, you know what?
Kill.
Look up coups and tell me how bloodless they are, and then go with this coup attempt where 5 people died.
Yeah, it was relatively bloodless when you consider how many, not to dishonor the people who were killed. But I just think it's really fucked up that they're bringing up mental illness now when it's most convenient.
So in Boebert's attempt to, I guess, throw the final nail in the coffin that is her career, goes with Matt Gaetz.
We did our 15 days.
and
Whatever.
this.
Slow the spread. We've done our time.
15
Let's open
days
back up.
is an incubation
And there were states
period.
like Colorado who stayed shut down. And
Yeah.
this was absolutely dangerous to our children.
And
so
they
much-
stayed shut down. And look at the numbers. What happened to the COVID numbers in Colorado? What
I don't
happened to
know.
the COVID numbers in California?
I wasn't there, but
no,
I love
they
how
did really well.
I love how she referred to states such as Colorado, not my home state.
Well,
of
she wasn't a
Colorado.
rep then.
I don't think that's her home state.
Yeah, I think you're right. But Dr. Z should have run against her.
I know.
or in the American psyche.
Dr. Z,
but
13th
Yeah,
district.
I mean, stopping the lockdowns will do a lot more to stop school shootings than taking guns away from
Okay,
law-abiding
I have to point
Americans.
this
Yes.
out.
That may-
During the lockdown, the schools were closed.
I threw my head into the wall about 4 times after I heard Matt Gaetz say that. And then what he says next, he says,
be a hot take. It's my take. And
maybe a hot take. It's my take. Dude,
Yeah, yeah, I have as much respect for your take as I have for what Jay probably flushed down the toilet this morning.
fucking thanks, COVID, for all the mass shootings that we didn't have, man. Look up the crime stats during COVID. They were low.
Well, the domestic abuse went up predictably because you've got people forced together. I
Right.
mean, there are going to be issues, but robberies because people are home, home invasions, mass shootings, because if the bars are closed, if the restaurants are closed, if the movie theaters are closed, if the schools are closed,
Kind of hard to have a mass shooting.
there ain't no masses to shoot.
And if everybody's home, it's kind of hard to burgle.
That's what I said, you know,
Yeah.
robberies,
Yeah, burgles.
burgles.
Down. It would be funny if there was like a NASDAQ, the burgle reference. Oh, that's the wrong way. Graphs go that way. You want to hear the rest of this?
Oh,
I
yeah.
really think we did a lot of harm to this country.
I loved
Even in one
killing
of my
brain
counties.
cells.
Oh, I'm gonna airdrop that.
What is it? Say it again.
School shootings than taking guns away from law-abiding Americans.
Yes.
That may be a hot take. It's my take, and I really think we did a lot of harm to this country.
That's what I'm doing. I really think we did a lot of. That's going to be a little part of a thing that I'm going to.
Well, I really do think we did a lot of harm to the country, because in 2020, your stupid ass was elected, and so was hers.
I'm just going to airdrop that whenever I want to. That seems.
To stop school shootings than taking guns away from law-abiding.
Yes.
That may be a hot take, and I really think we did a lot of harm to this country.
One of my counties in my district, there were 2 red flag laws that came up, smaller area, rural. But there were 2 that came up, and he said, "No, this is completely bogus.
They
You know,
were
you
Native
are using this in the wrong
Americans."
manner." And he was able to stop those. So I'm grateful for the sheriffs that are standing up and recognizing what the Constitution does to protect our rights. It doesn't grant us
Except for the right to not get shot while you're inside a school and the cops are standing there with their dicks in their hands.
Uvalde just said, "What the fuck, man?" Because those cops had every opportunity to go in there.
They took every opportunity not to.
Hey, if you would have saved 5 kids' lives by taking them out, but you accidentally shot 1 kid in the process, would have been worth it.
Would it have been worth it? I mean,
how would you justify that to you?
I would say, who are you willing to sacrifice? But you got 5 versus 1. And if all 6 were going to be shot, then yeah, I mean, but how would you know that? That's the thing. If you had that presented to you, okay, 1 kid's going to die.
But that should be presented to you if going into a situation like that. It should be like,
they should
in
be
your
doing the
mind,
math.
you're like, fuck, I might shoot a kid, but I'm after a 6-foot man in body armor, right? Like, so let's do this.
They're more likely to shoot a teacher.
Yeah.
Because they're adults. But we need to clip this, but obviously this is going a while. We're going to get back to some stories, some anecdotes.
This is the end of this story, right?
Right. We're going to do this at the end, but this is barely on. And
no. It's fun.
about halfway through.
No, that's what this is at the end. We're going to clip the rest of this.
Okay, because that's going to end soon.
Yeah. That's the end of it.
Okay. So we're going to come back and we're going to read some anecdotes from, was it a former employee who spoke to the Daily Mail? We're going to read some anecdotes about the Boebs and her bartending days.
Let me try that. Cobra assault cannon, state of the art. Bang bang.
That's Jay Tyler.
Signs. Oh.
I'm Miss Parker. And this.
Oh, why didn't you just end it?
Because we usually end it a certain way.
But
I am
the switching things up, Jay.
I am the
I am rogue today. What do you want?
I am
it's
the anal retentive Miss Parker.
There it is.
And this
is nothing out loud.
I'm not sure I understand.
I don't either. I'm right there with you, sister.
Say my name. Hey Siri. Say my name.
You're Jared, but you asked me to call you I Love You Copmaster 5000.
Never gets old.